afternoon. Ay, good evening na pala. Welcome to the stream, guys. So today, we'll be doing the New Year turntable. I know most of you have not yet done or did this for your accounts, but I think this is a good event for all. If you're an F2P or you're semi F2P player, it's a good it's a good event. Hindi siya masyado magastos. Na ang tawag nito, na akala kasi ng iba na medyo magastos siya, or maybe they don't know the proper or the correct diskarte in doing the turntable. Hello, Herlin, welcome to the stream. John, Michael Rosanko, Perez Rain, welcome to the stream. John Lowe, Nosan, welcome to the stream. Gio Bautista, welcome to the stream as well. Alejandro Ferrer, welcome to the stream. Elizar de los Reyes, ayan. Boss Tutsi, welcome. Man, nosebleed. Naubos na ako ng English. Kenneth, welcome to the stream. Rod Fernandez Vilzon, Villanueva, welcome to the stream. Ayan. So, actually, nag-roll na ako. This event started on last January 21. So, actually, every day, you have a free roll for this event. Kaso di ko siya nagawa for I think for 5 days ever since na lumabas siya, kasi gusto ko sana upon streaming you can see on how we do the turntable. But I did a roll yesterday kasi sayang that's every day you get 3 free rolls dito. So actually, this event for the new ones, or the ones who are new in ROM. So actually, we did this event last December, and ito yung this was the mount for December. Let me check. This one. It's the Christmas piglet, but I'm not sure if it's a piglet. I think it's a cat. It's a big black cat. So, I don't know bakit piglet yung tawag nila dito. So this was the turntable mount price for December. So actually, this is a good mount, or I think it's a must for competitive ROM players. You get to have an unlock of movement speed plus 1%, and movement speed is everything when it comes to PvP. Sean Perez, welcome to the stream. Ken, Bat that Jules, Matt, welcome to the stream. Clay, Ardo, hello. Scam, hindi naman makuha yung piglet. No, Vong, I'll teach you how to get it in future turntable events. For this event, I think you only need to have more or less 1000 BCC. So more or less 1 XL and maybe 1 large to get the mount. Nico, welcome to the stream. Napuputol ba yung stream natin? DJ Strobe, welcome to the stream. So, eto. So, this event started, like I said earlier, started way back January 21. So, every day you get to have a free roll. So, 3 free rolls every day. That's free here. So, Pablo, welcome to the stream. Pa-shoutout mo, Invaders Fam, RMBH number 1. Tagapagpaiyak ng mga Thai na ladyboy. Oy, bawal umaway dito. May mga we have friends also from the Thai community watching. Kim Navales, welcome to the stream. Ayan, so ito yung grand prize, kumbaga. This is the grand prize for the turntable. So we have 3 of them. So we have a random purple relic shard. So but here you can't, it's only the common purple that you can get. So you can't get the shield for the true sight relic, the Valkyrie wings for the HP block, and the sword for the HP loss relic. At the same time, the ano yun? Yung sa mid. What do we need for the mid? It's the shield. Shield ba yun? Is it the shield? Ang tawag na? It's the veteran shield. This is the scale pala yun. For the TS, it's the scale. So hindi mo siya you can't get those from this purple relic box for the turntable, but you get to get may veteran shield pala, sorry. We have the veteran shield. So only the three purple relics yung hindi available dyan. It's the dragon scale, the Valkyrie wings, and the veteran sword. Pa-arbor po ng pink motor. Wala pa, kakasimula ko lang, Lenny. Welcome to the stream. Na all my extra scale. Hello yan. Oo, kasi actually I'm waiting. Baka kasi they would release another batch of relics or relics. So hopefully may ibang use pa yung dragon scale. Wala pa kakasimula ko lang. I'm just explaining to them kung how would they play the turntable. Nakakuha ka na ba? Hindi pa. So here is the usual or here are the paano ba to? I can explain the mechanics very very simple at the simplest terms para mas madali nyo maintindihan for the turntable. So if you do the rolls, so kagaya nito, nag-roll na ako ng 3. So, if you do one roll, tapos, it went to, or napunta siya dun sa the obtained, what do you call this? Portion of the wheel. So, that would trigger a reset for the entire wheel. So, meaning, for example, like this one. I'm sure this would fall on the same yung nakuha na natin na part. Oh, so we got 4. Wait, i-on natin yung animation kasi naka siya. So we got already 4 for the current wheel. So that's a free roll. At least nakuha natin to. I need this for enchantment later on. So this is the second free roll for today. Ayan, so we got the Zenny. So this, swerte Actually, this is very, it's quite lucky because usually, if you do 3 rolls or 2 rolls, bumabalik na siya dun kung saan nanggaling yung nakuha mo na. So, most likely, the wheel will reset. So, this is the 3rd free roll for today. So, ayan. So, the rewards were repeated already. So, magre-reset yung wheel. So, we need to find, the challenge here is you need to find the mount na magre-reset siya na nandun yung mount. So, you have 2 options. It's either you spin this one and you get to repeat again the reward, or you click this one just to reset the wheel. Now, I think if you reset this one, if you click the reset button, it would still cost you BCC. So my suggestion is you still click on the blue one, the ordinary spin. 900 BCC, you see, you can get it under. You can get the mount under 1000 BCC. And if you haven't, if hindi nyo alam guys, I'm currently selling discounted BCC. So, mas makakatipid pa kayo doon. So you won't really spend exactly the XL amount and the large amount. Just a little less, maybe 15% discount. So if you're interested in buying or purchasing BCC or maybe discounted premium, you can PM my page or my personal account. I can respond after the stream, actually. After the stream. So we got another enchantment crystal. So I still need this one. And of course, also the gold mora. So this is a second spin. So hopefully makuha pa tayo ng isa. It's Zenny. So we've spent already. Let me check. We've spent already 12 BCC, right? Kasi dalawa pala yung roll natin. Wait, notes ko muna yung starting ko. Kasi para na-monitor natin yung gastos natin. For the turntable. So that's 6. Hi Brian! John Marie, welcome to the stream. Samuel, welcome to the stream. So we're currently doing the turntable for January. So let's do the third spin. And most likely, I think mafo-fall to siya under the same reward. So we get to have a chance to reset the wheel. Ayan. So it's very, very lucky if you get it's very, very lucky when you do the third spin and hindi siya it doesn't fall on the same reward. So that's already good. Ayan, lumabas na siya. So here we go. Hello Michael, welcome to the stream. Lester J. So ito yung sadya talaga natin dito for tonight. So we want to get the feral bunny contract. Hindi siya tradable unlike the piglet. I don't know if it's a bug or sadya na nila yun. Maybe because they want people to spend on the wheel rather than wait for people to put it on the exchange. Kent, welcome to the stream. Patrick, hello. So again, this is unlock reward of 1 movement speed. So for the total for the history of ROM, the total mounts or the total unlocks for movement speed is actually it's around 5% already. So actually it's really I think it's a game changer for competitive players, especially in PvE and War of Imperium, War of Crystals, MP as well. So movement speed plays a really big role for competitive players. Alan Reyes, welcome to the stream. Carlo, Francis, Marivilla, welcome to the stream as well. So eto. So we've started a clean table here. So we need to spin twice at least so that we can get the random reward. Then after that, we'll do the lucky spin. Hopefully hindi tayo malas that it would fall on the same reward on our second spin. Kasi kailangan natin hanapin ulit yung the mount. Kailangan natin hanapin siya ulit. Mont, welcome to the stream. Ayan. Arjeth, welcome to the stream. Ramji, is it correct? Am I pronouncing your name correctly? So eto na. So para makatipid kayo guys, this is what we do. So our total cost, BCC cost right now for this event currently is around 24 BCC. for the spins. For the 4 spins. Ay, sorry. Hindi. 5 spins na pala tayo. Kasi we did 3 spins, tapos nag-reset siya, and another 2 here. Now, we'll do the lucky spin. So the lucky spin is actually, it's like you have a PT on the lucky spin. So, although it costs much more than the regular spin, it guarantees that the turntable will not reset if you get the same reward. So if you do 2 more spins for the lucky spin, it guarantees you that it would not fall under the same reward. So that's actually a good thing. And kudos to the devs for creating this kind of PT system, because I think this is better than the regular boxes that they've released. Like unlimited boxes for a mount without any PT would cost a player disappointment. More disappointment than satisfaction of opening a box. Earl, napa 6.5 ako dyan sa mount. Meron atang galit sa akin yung ROM. Robin, hello. So, we'll do the 2 spins for the lucky spin. So, each time that you unlock a reward using the lucky spin, or even the regular spin, is the price of the BCC of the spin goes higher, or times 2, I think. So that's 2. So this will be so that's 12. 2 12s, right? So another one. So if it falls to the same reward, it would not reset the wheel. So another 12. So we got. So after 3 rolls for the lucky spin, the price increases to 24. So times 2. So our current cost now is 12. 24, 30, 42, 44, 60, 66. It's total of 66 BCC. Let's do another roll. So that's 24. Ano yun? Or, ayun. So the fall, the latest spin fell on the same reward that we got already. But the good thing for the lucky spin, it doesn't reset your table. That's a good thing. So we'll do another spin for 24 BCC. Hopefully we get something out of it. Or if not, the next roll will be a PT roll. So that would mean that you get a guaranteed reward. So that's another 24. So we already rolled 2 24s, and so this would be a PT roll for 24 for the third roll under 24 BCC. Still 24. So paano niya So maybe if you unlock another reward, I think the price would go higher, I think. So if you get, or if you unlock another here, so that's also still 24. Parang makakatipid tayo nito. It's kinda lucky. So, we've already rolled 4 na 24. Or 24 BCC. So, another 24. Jay, welcome to the stream. Daniel, welcome to the stream. Ayun. So, it fell under the same reward. 24 BCC. So 2 more rolls for another PT roll. So I think the highest would be around 96, I think. So this would be a PT roll now. Kasi it's the third time we've rolled already again after the 24. The last 24 rolls. BCC rolls. So the chances of getting the mount is getting higher. So we are left with only 4 rewards, but the spin is already 48 per spin. Let's see. So our first 48 BCC roll. What do we? Oh shit! Lumagpas siya! Almost. We got it almost at the first 48 roll. Sayang! RJ, welcome to the stream. Syntax, welcome to the stream. Wala bang Pucha Gaming na pagastos collab? I'm not sure, parang tulog pa ata si Nam eh. Albert, welcome to the stream. Luke, Angelo, Evan Lee, welcome to the stream. So this would be our second roll for 48 BCC. Hopefully we get it under or maybe under 900. Kaya ba natin talunin yung ni Lenny rate? So this would be a PT roll. So hopefully we get the mount. I don't think so. So we're left with 3 rewards. 48. Our fourth roll for under 48 BCC. Hey BCC! Hello Mazaki, welcome to the stream. So it fell under the same reward. Another 48. This is our 5th roll. Shit. Our 6th. So this would be a PT roll. The 6th roll. Under 48 BCC. Di pa umabot dun sa fuck. So we got the Thara Frog Star. And we're left with 2 lucky spins. Or and 2 rewards under. So parang yeah, it's gonna be a PT. So if we do 6 rolls, makukuha na natin yun. So I'll let you see kung magkano yung total gastos natin for this kind of an event. So 48. So 2. Another 48. So this would be a PT roll. Sana bigay naman nila, hindi yung last reward. Hopefully they give it to, yeah, it's gonna be a PT roll. So 48. So 2, 3, 4. So eto na yung this is the tricky part. So dito ka na makakatipid actually. So if you get this under so if you roll 3 times, it's sure guaranteed that you would get the mount because of the PT. Because of the PT system. So if you get it on this roll, on the first roll at 96 BCC, you still saved BCC actually, to be honest. So hopefully hindi na tayo abot sa PT. So this is the second 96 roll. Wala pa rin. Yeah, it's a PT roll. So this is a guaranteed roll. You get to have the mount. There you go. So eto, I'll let you see kung magkano yung total natin. I-Excel ko na lang ba to? Para makita. Wait. I'll open an Excel para makita nyo kung magkano yung total. So actually, this event is pretty good. I recommend to the devs that they do this not monthly but similar events that have PT systems, better PT systems than the regular boxes that they've released so far in ROM. Wait. Window capture. Hindi niya kita. Ito. Ilabas mo. Sobrang liit. Let me see. Parang liit. Teka, adjust ko muna. Liit. Kita ba? Ayan. So, the total rolls for this one, total BCC is it's 954. 954 BCC. Now, if you were unlucky for the rolls, so more or less malaki na yung you get to spend around siguro 1.1 KBCC or more or less around 1.2. But that's given that you're very unlucky. I was very unlucky already because nag-PT siya eh. We got it at the last roll of 96 BCC. So, but still, it's the rewards are or the amount is I think worth it for this one. Because you get movement speed of 1%. Okay. Pwede na to sakyan. Naka-camel pa ako. Pero pareho lang to sa eh. Maganda nga siya. Not bad. Pink na pink. It's similar to the GS mount actually. But the design is actually good. Better than the free mount of the GS. But still, 1%. 1% movement speed is everything. So, on to our second part. It's the new box it's the 4th selected enchantment box that they've released for this game. So this box actually started way back August of 2022. So medyo natagalan yung release nila for the second batch, I think. So we had the first enchantment or selected enchantment gift box around end of August. Then they released the second one. So the first one was for the tail. So it's a guaranteed enchantment, 4th level enchantment for the tail. Now that was way back 2022 August. So what? Okay, tanggalin ko pala ito. Nandito pa pala. Ayan. So the second box was released I think mid-September or end of September. So that was for the back. So I'm not sure if my stream is actually still up, but we were very lucky that time because we got the moral 4 for our Magnusy Wings for our Gunslinger, as well as a Blasphemy 4 for our Blue Gacha. Sana gawin nila sa Fenrir. Actually, they've released the Fenrir mount way back October, I think. Bong. But the sad part of that was I didn't get duplicates for the Fenrir contract. So you get to choose either you want a white one or a black one. The good thing is, or the sad part there is the unlocks for the white one and the black one were different. So you get the total unlock for your handbook for that event was around 16 attack and 16 magic attack. Gerald, welcome to the stream. Earl Anthony, ano yung XL? So the XL and Earl was the total. I've shown them how much you would spend on the turntable event. So, like I've said, mostly it's around more or less it's around 1,000 BCC to get the mount. Yeah, I think that's it. So that event is actually pretty good because it has good PT system. It has a good PT system. Magkano yung 900? How much is 954 BCC? So if you base it on the in-game purchase, I think it's around 7,000. 7,000, I think. But if you get from me, it's around, I think, mga 6,000 na lang siya. discounted. Alright, so the third one, or the third selected enchantment box was around late December of 2022, and that was for the mouth. We got the ZV4 for that one. So right now they're doing the face. So it's the foot, it's a footgear, face, and the weapon. So actually, I was thinking of getting Insight 4 for this one, but ilan ba to? How much BCC would you need to get 500? So you would need 7,000 BCC to get the Insight 4. My God. So we'll try out this one. Hopefully we get one crystal here, because I want to. I'm thinking of gambling the chances, because once you get this one, you have a chance to get a divine enchantment box. So wala. But we got 2 enchantment crystallization. It's good. So this one, I think you have also a PT here for array. So you get a 0.5 chance of getting the enchantment crystal level number 5. You get the PT for the crystal enchantment crystal every 100 bucks. Unlike for the last month, I think they did 600 boxes purchase limit, but the PT there was 120. So the good thing is there's a chance that you can get 2 enchantment crystals in just 100 boxes. But for the past boxes, I don't. The chances are very, very low. Most of my rolls were actually PT. Ita, welcome to the stream. Mike, welcome to the stream. Janelle, welcome to the stream. Ronald. Let's start with 10 boxes. Let's try to see. So our goal here is to get as many gold Mora as we can. So we started off 134 minus gold Mora. 134 124 Shit, baka abutan ako ng OE nito. Minus 75. So we started off around 59 gold Mora points. So hopefully we get around, I'm expecting to get around 4,500 so that we can max out different enchantments for our gunslinger equipments. Wala. Nothing 30. So the minimum gold Mora you still get here, I think, is 5. Yeah, it's 5. So 35. Let's see. Hopefully we get to have more enchantment crystallization of crystals so that we can do a reroll for each stack. So that's also our main goal. Kumusta? Kumusta ka dyan, tita? Parang wala ka sa Moon GC, ah. Di ka nagbabasa ng GC, ah. Paka-remind po members natin na nanonood. Yes, buwi po mamaya. Wala po mag-a-absent. And we still don't have any enchantment crystallization for this roll. Just one. So 30 boxes, 3 pieces. It's around 10%. Average. I'm doing the average, guys. I just average it. What I get from the boxes or the boxes that I open. So I'm not saying that it's 10% chance, but dito sabi nila 10%. Additional 10%. Hopefully we get around 60. That's my estimate. 60 of these ones, so that we can roll. We can reroll stats as many as 60 times. Because if you want to do rerolls for your stat, for your I think it's a requirement that you have level 3 4th enchants before you can do the reroll of the other stat or the third stat of your equipment. 30. So mas maganda if you open 10, hopefully we get 100 Mora. Right. So we're on our 50th roll. So they say the more chances the more boxes you open, the higher the chance you get this one. But if you trigger this, before the PT counter would reset. Here's the PT counter, guys. If you notice, it's around the box. So if you open around 50 already. Teka, bakit 50? Kasi hindi pa pala nabuksan yung isa. So this would be our 60th box. Oh! So we got it under 50. We got it under 50. Now the counter would definitely reset. Oh, okay. So there's a chance that you get more enchantment crystals if you open more boxes. So that's 50. You got it around 60, right? 60. So this is what I've been saying. This is actually a gamble. If you want to get this is level 4 enchantments. No level. Okay. So this was the reason why we got Blasphemy 4 on the back on our previous opening of this selected enchantment box. Pero wala siyang back. Walang back. There's no back. There's no back. You only get a weapon and the face, which is also random. Parang ang sad. Hindi siya worth it. It's not worth it. So I thought you have a chance to get enchantments for the back or the tail, but sadly it's restricted only to the box itself. So it's the face, and the footgear and the weapon. Even accessory wala. Parang sad. So technically it's not worth it. The box is not worth it. So it's either you gamble the one here to get the insight 4. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But I need to have Gold Mora, so there's no choice but to roll. 25. Hello, Enjo. Welcome to the stream. Steven D. Welcome to the stream. Emmanuel Vega. Welcome to the stream. Akala ko may ano doon. I thought there's a theme for that one. Pero wala pala. Kinda sad. Started off around 1 enchantment crystallization. We already have 16, so that means that 16 rolls of for enchantment should only be face back tail. Yeah, but Sham, I think they want especially new new players, or they want them to have good enchantments from the beginning, or I mean they want new players to catch up. I think that's their point of releasing enchantments for offhand and armor for the garment, but maybe for the weapon it's good because it's really hard to also get SB4 and Tena 4 for the enchantments for the weapon, as well as Moral 4 actually. It's very hard to find one. So good thing is the devs are actually thinking of events that also benefit for returnees or new players or new blood in the game. So yeah, because if we're talking about just the face, the back, and the tail, then most of the new players don't have good enchantments as well for the armor as well as the offhand. So they're thinking of what they call this? They're thinking of events that will benefit everybody. And my prediction is that after this box or this one, the next selected enchantment box would be for the head. So most likely it's going to be Armor 4 or Zeal 4 for the head. And maybe they'll pair it up with accessory, or maybe accessory and weapon, because last time they did was armor and offhand, right? So I think more people would spend on that one than this box, because for accessory it's very hard, especially for magic classes, to get anti-mage 4. Hello, Mr. Carlo Chavez, welcome to the stream. How to have 11B? Corey, you ask your friend Jemo. He knows how to get 11B easily. There you go, we got another enchantment crystallization. So parang I don't wanna roll anymore. This is quite disappointing. And 12,500 BCC just for Insight 4. I don't think it's worth it. Just for 5, ignore Ember. Kind of disappointing. Road to 999B. We're not Mbebs. We're not Mbebs, Sham. We can't reach that level. How to have 99B without farming. Hello Petra, welcome to the stream. Did you open the box already? It's quite disappointing. VC Electronics. Oh, welcome to the stream. Petra, did you see the box already? Did you open? I was thinking of getting the Divine Enchantment gift box, this one, but the problem is the tail or the back is not included in this box, so it's quite disappointing. Daymar, welcome to the stream. There you go. So our main goal here is to get gold Mora as many as we can. At the same time, the enchantment crystallization, so that we can do, or we can re-roll our stats. Meron po yung tail. No, Brian. It's a different box. You see? Look at this one. So, Divine Enchantment gift box is different from the Divine Enchantment gift box that you get from the Feast Gacha. So it's different because it has number 5 here. So it's way different from the one you get from the Feast. So for the Feast Gacha, let's go to this one. Here. So what you get from the Feast Gacha is this one. It's a Divine Enchantment gift box 1. So what does that mean? So this was the first box, or the first Divine Enchantment gift box that was released way back 2022 August. So you get to have a tail here, a tail enchantment. So that's the good thing if you get this one. So it's more on armor, weapon, and the tail. So that's 3. That's 3 equipments. So I was hoping that the tail would be existing on the current Divine Enchantment gift box. So I would get Arch 4. Totoo ba? Of course! we give out tips on how you can spend your BCC wisely, or how you spend BCC less. Because although some events are really what do you call this? BCC oriented, or you need really to spend on the events. But some events are actually quite good, especially for the pouring bolt. I've already commended the devs about that kind of event, because since they were not resetting the first recharge since August of last year, so I think that's the alternative for players to get more BCC out of what they spent or what they paid for. Cooking tips. So actually that's the sad part for the BCC recharge, because actually many of my clients also are asking when would be the reset for the first recharge, or the ×2 recharge on the BCC store, because I think they're just waiting for the reset to purchase BCC. So hopefully I think the devs should do the reset of the first recharge, I think every quarter. I think that's reasonable, so that players would also tend to enjoy BCC events without spending too much. JM, I've spent 954 BCC for the mount. Is it 8? Yeah, 8 o'clock na pala. Hindi pa. 8? Napuno na ba yung lista? Ano na ba? Napuno ba? Because currently guys, we're playing at or we have a PvP group. If you're interested, wait, I'll drop the link. So I'm part of Staff Training Grounds PvP GC. So if you are interested guys in joining, or if you want to have an idea of the PvP environment for ROM, so we have two PvP contents for ROM. So we have the Magic Prison, which is that's the official tournament for ROM for PvP. So the 5th week, or the final week for Magic Prison Season 12 will be this Saturday. It would start around 8:30 PH time. This is or 7:30 GMT plus 7. Am I correct? This is GMT plus 7. So if you guys are interested in Wolf Arena as well, I'll drop the link of Staff Training Grounds. You can register there. There's a link. So they have a schedule actually, so that we can cater players who are not into relics or ancient relics. So MWF, that's relic on. Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, that will be relic off. So all the lists for that day would be relic off. Then Sunday would be Magic Prison Day. So the good thing about the Wolf, or the Wolf updates for Wolf Arena is that you can already see the stats on the end of the game. That's one good update, as well as you can also or they have the spectator mode now. So the problem, or I think the limitation to that is that only 3 players can spectate during the match. So hopefully they can also, or they can develop or they can enhance it more in the future when where you won't need to join the room, but you can just or I think you can join the room without actually joining the room. Or for example, the match is going on and you want to spectate it, you can easily spectate it on the game itself. So the feature is actually good. Hopefully we will have more PvP or Wolf Arena events in the future for 2023. I think Snap is planning for a tournament. I'm not sure. Hopefully we have for this year. Last year we had for January of last year we had Apex. So that's under Snap Training Grounds together with Squambulan PvP GC. JC, welcome to the stream. Jeff, Villamor, Danielo. Paano po hindi mamatay sa phase 4 ng Thanatos? So, actually, that's also one of the big problems right now in MP. Because, yeah, for me, Thanatos is already OP. Even if you have 100% skill damage reduction, you still get one hit. I don't know how, but it's still one hit. Even if you're playing a god complete equipment orb holder, you still get one hit. So I think the devs need to check on that. Kim, welcome to the stream. Aldred, welcome to the stream. So ilan yung nabuksan natin? So we got it at 60. So the total boxes we've opened is around 140? 145? Am I correct? Oh, bakit 85 dito? And this is 30. May hindi pa ako nabuksan. So we need another... So I think the secret here is you just open it one by one or little by bit, because every box you open increases the chance of getting this one, the Enchantment Crystal. So when you reach 90 or 100, you get another Enchantment Crystal. This one. Okay. Oh, wala. So, eto, if you open this one, this is the 100th time we've opened it after we got the first crystal. So, dapat may crystal dito. Sab, welcome to the stream. JP Ramos. Job, welcome to the stream. So, we have, or they must give me the second enchantment crystal here. So, the guarantee works. That's what you gusto natin i-confirm. So it works. So the crystal, the guarantee is actually reset back to 0. Excess of 4. Bakit nag-excess ng 4? So under 145 boxes, we've opened 155 boxes. We got 2 crystals already. I think it's good. John Hendrick, welcome to the stream. Ilan na nabuksan mo? Did you open this box? Hen, yung problema, tang ina, wala dito yung tail. Walang tail dito, putang ina. It's only the face. Fuck. Be worth it. nag-fail ako dito sa ano. Susugal ba natin o hindi? Because actually the footgear enchant is shit. Arcane. So it's either you get a good weapon enchant, which is moral, arch. Actually, arch is not a good enchant. Sharp blade 4, Dena 4. It's not really good. Tara, welcome to the stream. Ano, magsusugal ba tayo? So we'll open 15. How much more do we have already? $1,274. Kailangan ko pa na mas madami yan. Because we're maxing out the enchantments for our gunslinger. Hopefully we can get let's see. Nam would also spend on this one. The enchants or the guaranteed enchants is shit. Unless they release new enchantments for the face. Patrick, welcome to the stream. So how many do we got? 1, 4, 27 enchantment crystallization. Let's see. So I think we can still get another crystal. But I'm thinking of actually buying this one and trying my luck getting insight or sharp blade 4 for the weapon. Naglag pala. So we got 45 out of 5. 1,000. Parang liit. So this is 54 out of 100, so that you can get another crystal. Let's see. 5. Oh, not bad. 5 pieces, yeah. You need 5 pieces, but there's no back enchantment or the tail enchantment cherry. For this box, you only get guaranteed enchantments for the foot gear, for the face, and for the weapon. That's 3. So hopefully they would reset on this box. Maybe on, I think for March or April, they would go back to the tail. So there's a chance to get Blasphemy again, or Sharp Blade 4, or Arch 4 for that matter. So for next month, I think the select enchantment box will be for the head, maybe I'll still be rolling for this box, but not really rolling for everything, because we only need the gold mora as well as the enchantment crystallization. PT. Mark, welcome. Nano Gonzalez, welcome to the stream. The next 10 boxes we've opened will be, hopefully we can get it. So mas maganda tayo sa isa na to pag malapit na siya, because wala lang, trip ko lang. Yeah. There you go. So that's 1, so that's 3 already. Talaga na chance. If you get one more, that's lucky. Last month, yes, Jarek, they've released this box for. Usually they release this at the end of the month. The last box was for the mouth. Yeah, for the mouth. Adrian, welcome to the stream. Pa ng gold mora ko. Parang malas ng gold mora, konti lang. Is it better to open it one by one? Ang malas nun walang masyadong enchantment crystallization. So we're halfway, and I only got 29. Gamble on this one. Kaso shit yung the enchantments are really shit. Wait. BCC. Wait, I'm waiting for my BCC. Ubusin mo na naman para isang sakit na lang. Oo nga, I'm thinking of getting the Insight 4 already. Ay! Dabsy is here! Paano po maglaro niyan? Saan ang account mo? Lawrence! Nabenta na yung account mo. Gusto mo i-buyback? Welcome to the stream, Dabsy. You're playing, diba? You're playing Cabal, I think. Cabal Mobile right now. Waiting for my BCC, guys. Wait. Parang maubos talaga na. Ubusin mo muna natin ito. Naman! No, I wanna get it around 450. Maybe 450 boxes, 400 boxes. So hopefully we get 2 more crystals before the PD. So that we can get the inside 4. Well, na. 5% ignore magic defense is pretty big. Let's go for our Saturday tournament, MP tournament. Let's see if it makes a difference. 5% ignore magic defense. Ronowski, welcome to the stream. Wait guys, I'm waiting for my BCC. Ayun na pala. Let's go. So 17. Shit, malayo pa naman 100. Give me crystals. Wait guys. Baka naman. Crystal naman dyan. Nothing. So we got 31. It's pretty low. Wala! No enchantment crystallization. I need at least 50. Give me 50. Friends, welcome to the stream, Edward. Daw pa isa-isa. It's better to open one by one because every time you open the box increases the chance. Ano ba yun? Then opening... Let's try. Ang alat pre. Oh my god. Oh my god, wala. Nothing. Shit. So we'll do enchantments after. We'll try to find good enchantments or good stats for our gears. God. At 32 pa lang? What the fuck? Come on! Ang alat. close to the PT. So actually I did get it around 5. Okay, that's one. So, mag-reset dapat siya. Reset to... Uy. 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 Reset to 0. So, I need 100. Tangina, kulang. So that's 400. That's 434. If I get it before the... The enchantment crystallization is drop is really shit. Huwag na ako pabuti ng 400. Please. Give me the box. Give me the crystal. Give me the crystal. Grabe, wala. So I'm still at 37. Shit. Oy, parang okay yung by 5 ah. May at least may isa. Shit. Oy, 2! Nice! Nice. Mabawi. So that's 42. I need 8. 8 more. At least 8. Shit. Wait guys, if someone is doing the PM, I'm currently streaming. Let me check. goes. So that's 47. Last 3. Sana makakuha ba? Shit. Last 2. Fuck. Sa kinaya ibigay ng last crystal ang puta. Last one. Bitin pa talaga. Oh my God. Ayun, nakuha. We got it before the PB. Okay, that's 5. What? Kulang ako dito. So we get 49. Baka naman, masambahan. Yun. 1. So that's 50. Alright. So our next so we will get the Insight 4 for that one. It's a guaranteed Insight 4. We'll do Enchantments. Hopefully I can get Enchantments. The tail. I can get good Enchantments for the tail. So first, we try to do manual enchantment before we use the enchantment crystals. Hopefully we get it before the So one quick tip, guys, when you do enchantments, especially for blue gachas, and you have good enchantments for your existing gachas, so you need to, or if you have other blue gachas, you can use that so that your good enchantments from your existing gacha, which you are using, for example in PV, for PVE or in PvP. So the good thing is you can now transfer also red headgears which you get from the feast. You can transfer it using the headgear transfer voucher. So it's quite a good update. I think this was an update 3 or 5 patches ago, but that's a good update. I think that was a suggestion coming from Nampucha before, because he had a Zeal 3 from his feast mouth. Now basically the concept was both red feast gachas and the blue gachas were non-tradable. So I think it has no harm in which you transfer enchantments from those kind of headgears, unless it's a tradable item. Now that would be a big impact on the economy, I think. Or yeah, basically the economy of the game. So here are some examples of blue gachas or gachas that are non-tradable. Be careful because some gachas were released via box, so it's neither a blue gacha nor a red gacha. So So you have to be careful also to choose or familiarize which headgears or tail are you transferring. So if you're new to ROM, so we have an item for transferring of enchantment from non-tradable items such as the blue gacha. The blue gacha is the fantasy generator 1, and the feast gacha is from the fantasy generator feast, which we do every middle of the month. The blue gacha is released every first day of the month. Joy Stan, welcome to the stream. Roland De Los Reyes, Kim Irvin, welcome to the stream. Mark Santiago. Alright, so this is just an example of transferring enchantments. For example, this one. So any enchantment, you can transfer it to any of this one. So, but the enchantment or the part should be the same. So if your enchantment comes from the tail, so most likely, or the system would require you to transfer it to the same type. So it's supposed to be a tail as well. So you cannot transfer enchantments from the head going to the tail. No, it's not allowed. So yeah, that's the basic information for transferring enchantments. Now, some or maybe some people don't know, but the here in the enchantment shop, you can trade off your dust and your oracle crystal for one headwear magic extractor, or for if you don't want to spend BCC, this one. So you can spend it here. Alright, so for F2P, I think you can do that. You just do Oracle Mirror. Oracle Dungeons, so that you can get Oracle Dust for free, or Oracle Crystals. So our goal here right now is to get in good enchantment or to get Arch for our tail. So advanced cost, this would be the Gold Mora, but I won't be using this one because we're gonna use this to boost stats for our other enchantments. For example, this one. So this would be the perfect enchantment for skill type DPS. So if you are a gunslinger, if you are an RMMDB, I think this would also contribute to your damage. What else? What is physical DPS? No Goose as well, but No Goose won't be benefiting from the Moral 4 because of their rune that ignores defense. Defense. She said, yeah, defense. So we'll just I want to increase the stat of this until 3.5. So this would maximize damage for my gunslinger. Yes, Tycoons also. Thank you, Ramsey. Tycoons also. Physical, but Tycoons are more a hybrid, right? You can do auto attack at the same time. They do skill. It's a passive skill that once they do the auto attacks, they do passive skills like the roundhouse kick. What else? I'm not really familiar with Tycoon class. I planned to create one, but the runes were so very maalat. I did not push through. As well as the equipment. It's hard to snap, plus 15. But Tycoons are actually good in PvE, I haven't encountered tycoons usually, or I haven't. It's not common in PvP, especially in Wolf. I haven't really encountered that many of tycoons in Wolf Arena, as well as in MP. They last season actually the top teams were using it. Roches I think was using that one during the tournament. It's quite he's quite good, especially tycoons are really I think they have the advantage in map 3 because of the backtrack skill that they have. What else? Mr. Pumpkin, welcome to the stream. So we're trying to max this out, but I'm thinking of just reaching it to 3.5 because when you max this out, I think this is already... Oh, it's still 16. Interesting. There you go. That's 120. That's 120 gold mora. So if you haven't maxed out the other like this one. So if you haven't maxed it out the stats for other enchantments, I suggest you max them out first, then rather sacrificing it for... Did they fix this already? Nope, they did not fix this. So some of the items or the AE items right now are currently bugged. You cannot enhance their stat. I don't know why. They haven't announced the fix for this yet. So if you have enchantments like this, please just save it, or well, just leave them there. Don't do anything of it, because they've promised us that they would fix this already. They know the problem. It's more or less because of the AE items. So hopefully they can fix this next patch, or the incoming patch. So we'll try to enchant the tail. Hopefully we can get Arch 4. Then if we get Arch 4, we'll try to find PDI with it, because I think that's the best stat for gunslingers. So physical damage. One of my clients was very, very lucky. He got AM4 earlier. Stephen, if you're watching. Shit, that was a free roll. Wait, let me check. Alright. This is 9,000 Oracle Crystal. Hopefully you can get one at least level 3. But I already have Arch 3 already for my tail. I really need Arch 4. Buenas. Let's see if I get lucky. I don't have SB4 for the tail, as well as Arch 4 for the tail. So hopefully you can get it from the free Oracle Dust. Or it's not free actually. I paid for this. The Oracle Crystals. My God. Int max SP. Here, I think this is. Let's see this one. So usually what I do is I change it. So this is the tip I was talking about. So if you get good enchantments, you switch to a different blue gacha, so that you can save the good enchantments for your other jobs. 9.7 is actually high. So most likely Dex. Dex fit. It. Luck. Then you get PDI. Let's see. Int 8. No. Well, if I get PDI 4 with max Dex and hit, I think that's good. You need hit for high fee, but most of the builds right now are not like this one. So you got Sharp 8 2, so you can save it and move on to the next gotcha. So you save this one. So you got our Sharp 8 2, then you move on to the next. Oh, this is. I didn't know I had this. Fuck. It's a perfect. It's a perfect tail for SP Ranger. Max Flea. Max SP. Wow. Let's take that one. So this is what I do when I do enchantments. Just find good enchantments, then you save them. Then if you are in need of that, then you can just transfer it to your equipment of choice or the headgear of your choice. Hindi pa in SB4, my god. SB4. Wait, someone is asking for my guildmate is asking for some information. I need to reply. Yeah, so BCC tuloy. 70,000 Oracle Crystals to go. Do you want to try? Try nga ako. Let's try one. I wanna know if lucky. Hopefully I can get Arch 4 with this one. So, it's a random tail. Shit. Let's see. If I get lucky. One, two, three. Blasphemy 2. Blasphemy 2. What should I do? I need to reroll this one to get Agi. Actually, Int is good for Zenobia. I still get skill damage there. So light food here. Yeah. This should have Dex and Luck is good actually. Ginagawa ko, binibilisan ko. Kasi para lumabas yung fourth enchant. Kahit SB4 sana nung makuha na. I don't want to waste the enchantment crystallization for the this for the random fourth enchant. Wait, I'll have to fix first the Insight 4. You have to buy it. Where should I transfer it? Shit, sorry, nawala na. Transfer this one. This can be used for SP Ranger. Yeah, I think we can do this here. Did I use the... should I? You see, even the One Punch Man headgears can also be transferred already. You can transfer enchantments from the blue gacha to collab gachas. I was also shocked. Kasama na pala sila. So you transfer it here. Then just deposit this one. Other stuff you can get here. Luck, actually. You need to reroll for luck. Luck or strength actually is good. Strength because I'm using Zenobia for my Dora. Let's see. Let's try to... Nope. a pink pouring already. So we need to boost in. That's 120. Have to change this one. So we need to get luck. It's either luck or dex for the tail, or in. If lucky, if you get it. Jason, welcome to the stream. Yeah, but I... Luck! Okay, that's good. Luck for crit damage. That's good. Do I need to increase this one? Is it max? 7. It's 8. Crit damage ganda sana, no? Patag crit damage 9.3. I just rerolled that. But we need to have, it's either int, dex or luck. Int, dex or luck, or strength is also good. So we need to reroll this one. Dex! Nice! Alright. That's good enough. Easy one click. Sure if I'm gonna use this for, because I want to play for for the next MP season. I want to play Gunslinger again rather than being Adora. Shit, almost. Wait, I want to maximize. I want to max out my offhand. This one. What the fuck? 240 ang puta. Face. Ang hapde. Kulang yung gold mo, Diyos ko. Hindi ko pa na ma-max out to. This has to be around 20%. Priorities. Nakakuha na ako na dito, PDI. Get PDI here. What do you think? Yun, PDI. Okay. This is good for the meantime. So I need to boost this one. Boost. What kaya ito? Oh shit, kulang na siya. 9. That's good. So I have to switch this out to BT, no? 2.5. Sayang. But I was thinking medyo matagal the if ever they have plans on going back to the tail for the selected gift box. I think it would be around March or April pa. So quite long. Tapos nakakuha ako ng Arch 4, no? Putak ina. Shit. Then I get Arch 4 for the tail. Fucking annoying. I've spent gold Bora for nothing. Shit. I don't wanna roll for the tail anymore. Shit. I'm feeling I'm gonna get Arch 4. Let's go. Gago, ba't ako nag-rollagan ng ng gigil? Shit, pag may lumabas dito na Arch 4, putang ina talaga. Started at around 9,000. Go Oracle Crystal. Hopefully we can get level 4 enchantments. Blasphemy is also good. Okay, para wala pang blasphemy for the new batch. Ayoko na lumabas yung Arch 4, gago. Tanga-tanga, napakatanga, gago. Tanga-tanga mo. Gigili. Lalabas siya. Hello Gabriel, welcome to the stream. Matik ba mauna yung may 4th enchant dyan, boss kid? Yes, it's gonna be on top of the results if you get 4th enchants. That's why I'm looking at the top. Inang save yan! bad, not bad. Arch, Sharp Blade 4. Not bad, not bad. Nice. So, Arch 4 na lang talaga. Arch 4 na lang talaga. Tsaka tililipat. So, ito, I have to... Actually, this is still a good enchant. It's hit and physical damage, but mag-override na yung ano eh. This is gonna be overwritten by the Arch tree with PBI. So lucky! Good job, Rob. Good job. Good job, good job. Tangini. So, what's the good stat for this one? Actually, Flea is not bad for SPX, but I'm not usually playing SPX. So maybe, what do you think would be the good enchantment here? For Flea, you replace Flea. What do you think is better? HP is good since you will be using it if you're planning to use it on different kinds of jobs. HP percentage is good, but if you're going for DPS, let's say for Thanatos, SBX, and you're using Zenobia card, then I guess you have to go with Dex or Int so that you can boost your skill damage. Yeah, Dex or Int, Dex, Int, or HP percentage. I think I want to go for Dex. The more Dex you have, especially for versus Thanatos class, you need to have high dex so that you can counter his Agi for his parry. But 327 is not bad as well for SPX, if you're building an SPX. Priorities. So actually here, I'm thinking of replacing it by Agi. Why? Because Agi is the main skill damage multiplier for Capoeira. And since I'm using the Ragnarok for my Gunslinger, I think it's best, for Agi. Because I've strength is already there. So basically, the tiering for the priority of stats would be for Gunslingers would be Agi and Int. Because for Int, you also boost your bleed chance as well as your freeze resist. If you check your traveler's notes. So yeah, I want Agi here. The higher Agi, the higher the damage of the Capoeira. Oh, let me check my accessories. So for accessories, I think the best stat would be Interdex. If you are physical DPS and a skill type physical DPS, or even if you're magic, Dex or Int would be the best. For this one, Dex, Int, yeah, Luck would be the best stat for this one, so that it would increase your critical damage when you're using Catnip. if you're a Doram, if you're a magic Doram. For gunslingers, the best stat or enchantment that you can get is anti-mage 3 at the least, or anti-mage 4, so that you can change the stat to PDI. So basically your final stat for your accessory would be int, dex, and PDI. Okay, so why int and dex? It's because if you are using Zenobia card, that would increase your skill damage output by a lot. So if your int is 10 and your dex is also 10 for your accessory, 2 accessories make it 20, right? 20. So that's almost 0.4% of skill damage increase. So that's a lot actually, because you are having a hard time finding skill damage enhancements or enchantments or equipment for specific jobs. So the Zenobia card actually gives you more options, or gives you more skill damage if you know how to prioritize your enchantments in other parts of in other equipments. So that's why most enchantments I'm looking for is based off the that Zenobia card would benefit on it. So for example, on the head, for me the best enchantment you can get here to maximize Zenobia would be strength, dex, and if you're a gunslinger, you can get hit, so that for hit chance, or maybe strength, dex, and luck if you're really, really lucky, because luck can also play a big role if you are a poison build, if you're relying on a poison tail. So the higher the luck, the higher the chance of getting your target poison, especially if you're not using Chimera card, or if you don't have any Chimera card. Oh, so interesting. I'm quite happy with the results. Right. I have to re-enchant my Inferno with this is a hit. So we need to find a good stat for this one. This is for war. Hopefully we get something good. Resist, stun resist, freeze resist, fear resist is good if you can get it. Nice SP. Lock. Okay. Use this one. I'm looking for I have two golden law enforcers. The first one has fear resist. This one has poison resist, but I don't see the point in having poison resist when you are a glass cannon DPS. This won't help you so much, so we need to reroll this one. It gives you poison resist 31%. What the fuck? Alright, we try to save it. It's a better stat. God. If you get PDI here, it's also good. No. Stun, nice. Yeah, we can save that one. 23.3. Nice. It's a good enchantment. Don't need gold Nora for it. So what else can we... Here, can change this one. So we freeze resist because one, when I'm going to yo-yo, usually when I do Thanatos, I usually encounter people who are using Garm to counter the combo of Thanatos because not sure if usually I'm not sure of how people build their characters, but some of them neglect the resistance for freeze, the most common resistance that you need for PvP, or you need to have at least 100% would be freeze resist or stun resist. Why? Because people are usually use Dreamweave. So the Dreamweave mouth gives them a chance to freeze you 100%. So if you are not using, or if you don't have 100% freeze resist, that would definitely freeze you, or he would definitely freeze you. Now, why at least 100? Because some of them are using where is that card? Some of them are using Rate Start card. So what does the Rate Start card do? Where is it? Wala. Wait. I'm trying to find it. So actually the Rate Star is usually for if you're encountering SH. Now that's one of the common jobs that are using Rate Star because they are using SK Star. So the Rate Star would increase the chance of stun and freeze by 25%. So if my understanding is correct, so if you have 100% freeze resist against the chance of the Dreamweave, so it zeroes it out. But if he uses Rate Star card, so that's plus 25% chance. So that means there is still a chance that you would get freezed from the from the Dreamweave. But the duration of it, because the duration of this is 3 seconds. So if you have high resist as well, now the duration would also be shortened. So that's one of the, I think what do you call this? The things that some people, especially people who or players that don't engage in PvP, that are not really familiar with. So if you have a higher resist, it also means that the duration of it, or the duration of the crowd control skill or the crowd control stack would also be shortened. So aside from reducing the chances of getting freezed or stunned, or the specific crowd control skill. So yeah, so this is actually a common mouth gear. You can get this from the Blue Gacha way back. So hopefully they would release this one on the time. What gacha is that? The time. This one. The time shop. So you get a chance to get that mouth gear as well. So actually that's a good thing that the devs also did, so that new players can still catch up to the existing deposit or the existing equipments for headgears for the game. So I can build a better. No, because that's freeze, right? So freeze done. Yeah, I have to make another build for wolf since I've got weapon of stun resist. So I only need 27. If I max this out, it's 25. So I can change my shoes. This is for my wolf. I can change my shoes to freeze and fear, while this one is as is. This one is still fear resist, so I still get 40% fear resist. Or at the most 50 if I max this out. The stats. Not bad, not bad. 50%, yeah, for wolf. Oh, by the way, guys, I also did a damage test with regards for the mouth that I've been using. So it turns out that this one is good, but overall damage output, light food is better. Light food is still the best. But the difference wise, maybe a little, maybe around 3 to 4% difference in terms of damage. But it would also depend on your stats on how you build your character. So for me, Ignore Death is already at 164, so I don't need that much Ignore defense anymore. So when I do the buff, it's around, I think, 180 or 170. CB for the Oracle Mirror, yes, I'm using combustible knife. CD, what yung this CD? Chaotic Blade, no. I'm using the Horn of the Watcher. Yeah, still Horn of the Watcher actually, because for me, playing Gunslinger, the most important thing is your positioning at the same time, or the timing when you go in during clashes, or setting up or defending, especially in MP. You know it's a big factor that you know the positions of the enemies. Yeah, it gives me a really great advantage to it. So for me, positioning and the positioning is very, very crucial when you play PvP. So it's not always diving in. No, you have to time your Fallen Angel when you go in during clashes, or when you're chasing down an enemy. So actually, you can check out my POVs as a gunslinger. I've recently uploaded I think 2 videos of it. So there's one which is off relic, and there is also one which is on relic. So you try to see my movement on how do I do, or what do I do in terms of positioning. Not really just doing capoeira all the time and hitting everyone. No, I think that's a bad habit for gunslingers, because in case they forget, if the CM sees you all the time, he will just do a remove buff on you. Then your platinum era will be gone, and that's just one SD. That's just one skill. Since gunslingers are really glass cannon DPS, and mostly relies on the platinum era. So your timing in going out, casting your Rain of Fire would be really a big impact on the clash, as well as your survivability. Because unlike before, when you cast Rain of Fire, you don't get revealed. So that was one benefit, because if your RF does not hit the enemy you can still reposition and cast ROF again. Now, during the recent patch, that when you cast ROF, you will be revealed already. Now, that's gonna be more crucial actually. So you really have to hit your ROF when you cast it on your enemy, because once you cast it, you get revealed and they can easily just debuff you, especially the CM. Or if there's a PD, they can simply MOD you and just strip you, and you do nothing for the past 8 minutes, or 8 seconds, because you get stripped. So once you get your weapon stripped, you can't do anything. So that's one of the things that I've also learned playing Gunslinger for almost 3 seasons at the most, I think. So the first season I was playing Gunslinger on MP. That was season 8 or season 7. We ranked. That was the first time I've ranked top 600 together with M and Rimu. It was a very, very challenging season actually. That was the first season where Gunslingers were released, and I was doing the rifle build for Gunslingers. You can check out also my previous PvP or Wolf posts. You can see the POVs of my shotgun build for Gunslingers. That build that time was really OP, because most of the players were still unfamiliar on how to counter shotgun build or the gunslinger, the rifle gunslinger. So during that time, RMs were also dominating on the magic prison. But when you do have or when the rifle gunslinger was out and you have the Horn of the Watcher as well as your relic, then actually the RMs are having a hard time catching up to you or even getting near you. They have to cast Asphyxia first before they run after you, and you just kite them away. Wait for the Asphyxia to end, then just shoot them. So that was the advantage also during that season. So people were really very they didn't know how to counter the rifle build. So though during that season, most although the top tier teams were already knowledgeable about how to counter it, you just have to use Ghost Ring card. So that's the key actually of how to counter shotgun build. But recently I haven't seen anyone use it on MP, because it's already I think out of date. Once the orb holders are using GRs, the rifle can't do shit. It can't kill anyone. Yeah. So pahaba na tayo kwento. So what do I think about the box? I think it's, if you haven't or if you don't have insight for your box or for your face, I think it's a good way of ensuring to get one. If you're really competitive for MP or for Wolf or even for War of Imperium, since season 2 is upcoming, I think March. So it's a good getting good enchantments would be a bonus to your guild as well as your performance during wars. But do also remember that during the GVG season, you also have rental equipments. So these are equipments that you can get after you do, I think, wars or 3 wars. So the benefits of this one is also good, especially if you're a magic DPS, a magic DPS, as well as a physical skill based DPS. This is actually also good instead of doing Winter Crown. Why? Because skill range is in terms of GVG, plays a big part on your survivability, as well as your getting better position for the way you cast the skills. Insights for the new blue gacha, mouth or light food. What's the new blue gacha, by the way? For this month? Let me see. Oh, this one. 5%. Yeah, actually this is also good compared to light food, because you have the 3% movement speed. This is actually also good. Usually people go for light food. It's because of the VCT. It's still VCT is also one of the factors. At the same time, the 10% chance to restore SP is also good. Maybe if you are a magic DPS, this would be good. But the new mouth is also actually good. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, I'm thinking of trying it out. I don't think you would, and I don't think it's gonna be beneficial for. It's hard to get 100% HP all the time. So the 3% is maybe just a bonus, because yeah, you can't have 100% HP all the time. Not unless you have lifesteal or what. But this is actually good. Thanks for pointing it out. It's actually a good mouthpiece. Maybe I'll try to use it for my gunslinger as well. For movement speed. Movement speed is really everything. Especially when you're a gunslinger. It's really everything. Your movement would be they will have a hard time chasing you. And you can reposition yourself more faster. It's quite good, right? I haven't really tried that out. I have to try it out. But in terms of damage output, yeah, I think it would be still the same. Depending on your priorities, if you lack VCT, then you need this one. But if you don't need it for physical DPS, yeah, you can go for the new mount. So is it worth it of rolling the new selected enchantment box? Depends on how competitive you are, guys. But the good thing about this one is you get to have Gold Mora. Now, Gold Mora is, I think, the new. You need it. You need it, especially if you have this phase good for phase 1. Are you talking about, Luke? Are you talking about for GVG or for PvP? For GVG, I think the best phase you can use is the aviator goggles, because it increases your skill range. So even if you're purely phase 1, you can still reach enemies as far as 15%, additional 15% range. So that would be a good headgear as well, since you're doing range damage, or maybe you're doing range battle. Correct. So yeah, skill range is also good. That's a total of 30% skill range. So for GVG, last time I was using this, it had actually a good output, because you're inflicting continuous mark of the Thanatos to enemies, and for every mark they have. Let me change to Thanatos so that you can see. Because every mark they have increases your damage as well. So if you have if you consistently mark them, it would be where is it? Here. So it applies a stack of abyssal mark. But I don't have the definition of. There's a computation, I think, for the abyssal mark. Because every mark amplifies your damage, so that's why Thanatos is very, very OP. Actually, it's quite broken if you talk about it. The Thanatos only phase 1. It's quite broken. That's what I understand so far for the mark of Thanatos, abyssal mark. Where is it? There should be a description for it with regards to the mark on how it. I forgot how it's multiplied via damage, but you can check out Idle Hands. He has the computation for this one. I think he had content for this one. Thanatos distribution. So mine is I usually put Agi and Dex at max because I want to because I want to maximize the parry chance for the Thanatos. So if you're familiar with the sword parry for RMs, so it's based on Agi. So the higher the Agi, the higher the chance that you get that you can parry attacks. So now why Dex? Although Thanatos skills don't have or are abnormally, they hit high flee targets as well without even hit on their stat. Another OP feature for Thanatos, you need Dex to counter also other Thanatos, because the way to counter the sword parry is to have a higher Dex, or at least a higher Dex than your enemy, or the enemy of the Thanatos enemy. So usually their average for Agi for high tier Thanatos is around 280 Agi. That's basic stat plus the plus stat. So you need to have Dex at least equal to that Agi. So that because if his Dex is higher than, or his Ag rather is higher than your Dex, then the parry chance would be around 50%, I think. But if your Dex is higher than his Agi, then his computation for the sword parry would definitely fall down to around 30%. So at least you've negated 20% chance of the sword parry if you have a higher Dex than his Agi. So that's also one factor about why some Thanatoses are more harder to hit, because most of your attacks get parried. So why no strength or wit? But mostly you rely on your Heart of Steel. I just put wit and strength because just to maximize Zenobia. But this is just one type of build. I'm not really an expert in Thanatos, but some of them are using full blast cannon DPS. So they just put strength Int and Dex, no more Agi. And just rely on Heart of Steel. That's one build I've heard about. So it hurts. It hurts because if he uses Zenobia, then he has a max skill damage of around 12, I think. 12% increase. Aside from the other headgears of having skill damage. So this is just I'm using kind of a tank build for Thanatos when I'm doing yo-yo, because but it's still it's not working for versus Thanatos as well. So yeah, I don't know how to counter fully Thanatos as well, but more on your movement. In terms of reductions, Thanatos doesn't have really, they don't really include Thanatos on the reductions. For example, for the medium size, if you bump up your medium size reductions, the damage of the Thanatos is still the same. Kagising mo lang, patapos na ako, mag-uwi na kami. So skill damage, it gives a contribution, maybe a little, because since Thanatos is skill based DPS, but based on our task damage from Xiaomei, her character was already at 120 skill damage reduction, but if she gets hit by all 4 phases of Thanatos, she still gets 1 hit from the phase 4. So there's really a problem with that class. The only thing that can counter it, I think, will be Kairi as well as Light Shield, because phase 1 and phase 4 are considered to be range damage. I don't know why, because when you do phase 4 and your target is on Light Shield, it won't hit. So that's one information as well. Even you use Thanatos. So I was lucky now. I was very lucky. I got SP4 for the tail, an normal roll. Yeah, I got the insight. But the good thing is I got the insight for around 430 boxes. So that's good enough. Then I got some good enchantments as well when re-rolling. This one, freeze resist. Then for my weapons, I got this one, stun resist. Then for the tail, arch 3, I just put in PDI enchant. Where is it? Ensemble. Alright. So I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had a great time and you've been more informed. So I only share what I know also, guys. I'm not calling myself an expert or what, but these are my opinions as playing competitive for a very long time now in ROM since season 7. If you have questions with your build, especially for Magic Prison or in Wolf, I can help you with that as the best I can. Thank you so much for joining me today. See you on the next one.